Hello, how is everyone? Good to see you. Hi, Laura.
Hi, it's good to be here.
Oh, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I appreciate the opportunity.
So for everyone out there who doesn't know, could you please do us a favor and introduce yourself and tell us a little more about you?
My name's Laura Vitale, and I discovered Heather about 3 years ago. She was my savior. Actually taught me everything I needed to know to get started in the casino industry here in Las Vegas. And for that, I am ever grateful.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
It's true.
So, welcome to Vegas Aces live stream. If you guys don't know already, my name is Heather Ferris, and we provide you videos with how to play and deal casino table games. On today's episode, we are going to be doing a shadowing session with Laura. Shadowing is something the dealers do in a casino where one dealer watches another dealer and helps them learn a new game. And that new game is going to be Mini-Baccarat today. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and we will answer them for you. And just so you guys know, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell so that way you'll always be notified of our latest videos and live streams. My next live stream is going to be on Thursday, and just so you guys know, the dice over here is for sale. So we are going to be putting that up on the website here pretty soon, and I promise I'm going to have updates on the website. We have a lot in store, so check that out here pretty soon. I asked Laura to turn her phone on silent, and I did not turn my phone on silent. I am such a hypocrite.
Uh-oh.
Okay. My apologies for that. Okay. So here we go. Now, also too, remember to tip your dealer. You can tip your dealer now with Super Chat. Super Chat is a way YouTube allows you to show your appreciation by tipping us any amount you want. Please show your support, or you can show your support by becoming a member of our Patreon page. We have several different levels and rewards for you to choose from. Any membership level counts, even $1, so please join today. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. Now, I was going to watch you from here so I could see the screen, but I don't know. This is a little bit, like, tight. Maybe I should go on that side.
Okay. You want me to go on that side, or you want me to be right here?
Let's do this, but I might ask you to, like, look at the chat.
Okay, yes, we can.
Oh my God, speaking of which, thank you, Rocky, so much for the super chat. Oh wow, really appreciate that. So people who are watching, if you don't know, we have these super chat perks right here, and if you donate $50, which Rocky just did, I will be wearing my Star Trek uniform on the next live stream. So thank you, Rocky, so much for that.
Thank you, Rocky. Thank you.
And Rocky, please, you go ahead, you decide. I could either wear my blue Mirror outfit, my Mirror Universe outfit, or I could wear my red scant from the 60s, the original series.
I can't wait to see you in these outfits.
I love wearing them. Cosplaying is so much fun.
She's a Trekkie. Big Trekkie.
Big Trekkie. And speaking of which, just for anyone who doesn't know, we have a new Star Trek podcast. So it is called Starfleet Underground. If you go to starfleetunderground.com, you could check out our episodes that we just put out. We are on episode number 2 right now, and we are looking forward to seeing the new Picard series.
Nice.
Check out the episode. It was really cool. One of our members went to the VIP opening celebration. They got to take pictures there. They got to see the first 3 episodes. So we talk about that on that live stream.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see that.
Okay, let's begin. Let's do this thing.
Okay.
So the first thing when you're learning Mini-Baccarat is you learn the 3rd card rule. And I figured we would start with that first. And then afterwards, once you get a good feel for that, we can move on to, say, commissions. And those are the 2 hardest things people have with this game. Otherwise, if you could deal blackjack, you could deal this game pretty easy.
I've had a little bit of practice with Bach, so I have a little bit. So
you'll be good.
Okay.
You'll be really good. I know you will.
I have a lot of confidence. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome.
So what would you like me to start?
So the first thing that we do is when we're doing the third card roll, we always start with player first, and then we go to banker. So we pull out the cards.
Okay, you want me to do? I think we do this here.
Right.
One, right, and then.
Now, when you put it out, you actually put it underneath the lip, right
and
here.
then this one comes here.
And then that one comes there.
This one comes here, and
then this one goes
this way like that.
Right.
And then bring it here.
Right. Now, when you flip it over, you're going to grab the top part of the cards and flip it from top to bottom, and then move it to the right, like so.
Okay.
Good and good.
Okay.
Now, when you're doing this, you always say player shows, banker has. So in this case, player shows natural 9, banker has nothing. Player natural 9 over
player
nothing.
Natural 9 over nothing.
And you never say win or lose on the game. And the reason why is because majority of the people that play this game, from their culture, they don't want to lose face. A lot of them are from the Asian culture, so they don't want to lose face. If you say, oh, the player wins, the banker loses, therefore the people who bet on banker would lose face, and now you just insulted them.
Never use winner or loser on this game.
Yeah, never do that.
Okay.
So that's why we're going to go over what to say just as much as we're going to go over the third card roll. Now, before you draw out any cards, let me just say this real fast. Player always goes first. If player has 0 through 5, they're always going to hit. If they have 6 and 7, they're always going to stand. And 8 and 9 are always natural, and they're automatic winners.
Automatic.
So that's pretty easy, right?
Yep.
So player always goes first, 0 through 5, you hit, 6, 7 stand, 8, 9 natural.
And I think the part where I get a little confused is if the player takes a card and the banker has to take a card. That's where I get.
Okay.
That's that, and you can't do scenarios. You have to do them.
Right.
Right.
So the player always goes first. Actually, player always goes first, and I want you to repeat what I just said. So what are the numbers that you have to do actions on for player?
You will take a card if it is 1 through 5.
0.
If 0 through 5. If they have 0 through 5, you'll take a card for the player.
Correct.
And the banker.
Not yet. 6 and 7.
Oh, 6 and if it's a 6 or a 7 that I draw.
No, you don't draw.
Okay.
So if it's 0 through 5, you always hit.
You take a card.
6 and 7, you always stand.
Stand.
And 8 and 9 are natural hands, and they're automatic winners.
Yeah, 8 and 9 are natural hands. Okay, but it's the 0 through 5 that I will take a hit.
You will always take a hit.
Take a hit.
Now, whatever you do with banker will determine the third card for player, or what the player does.
Okay, whatever I determine for the player is going to...
Whatever you determine for the banker will be based on what the player does.
Okay.
So the player always goes first, and
Right.
whatever the banker does is based on what happened with the player.
Exactly. It's all... This guy has to do everything what this guy did.
Right.
That, yeah, and this guy, I'm still a little confused about what this guy's going to do.
And that's okay, because we're going to help with that.
Okay.
So...
You got that, everybody? Okay, so we start again?
Yeah, let's start again. Otherwise, I'm probably going to overload you with information.
It's okay. We're going to do this. And then
that one over there.
That one here. Okay.
And then this one right there.
And this one here. Okay. And then I'm going to do this.
Correct.
And this is exactly how we do it there.
And another way to do it, too, it looks nice when you do it like this. And it's like, you know, it's just a little loop.
Oh, okay.
It just looks pretty.
Yes.
Versus just that.
Just that.
Right.
Okay.
It just
so
looks
it's a nice. Yeah,
it's just a nicer, prettier way of. It's like when you spread the cards, you do it in an arc. You don't have to do it in an arc. It
Right.
just looks nicer
It looks
when you do
prettier.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so 3 to 3. So
Okay. Go ahead. What is the player? What do you say with player?
Player shows 3, and we'll take a hit.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to take 1. Now I have 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an 8.
Right.
He has a 3. Banker has a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take a card here.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, that's where I'm confused.
Okay. So you did this correctly. So banker has a 3 and takes a hit. You did that perfect. That was absolutely wonderful.
Because it's 0 through 5.
Right. And then whatever the banker does determines the player. So with 3, the banker will always hit a 3 if the third card is anything but an 8. So this
That's
was
the 3
one
card. That's
exception.
Is
yeah.
this the, what do they call it? The 8.
The 8 rule for the 3.
That's it. This is it.
So
if I get an 8.
So with the 3, the banker has a 3. They'll draw on any card except an 8. So this was the one exception. If this third
card's an 8, aha.
Then that's when you wouldn't draw. So this was actually like a trick thing to start you off with.
Okay. So player 8 over 3.
No.
I mean,
go ahead and count that again.
I'm sorry, 1.
Right.
Oh, so, 3.
Right. So 3. Banker 3 over 1.
Banker 3 over 1, and I don't.
Correct.
And I always like kind of push them out.
Right.
A little bit. Okay.
And when you push them out, that's just showing the players that this won and this lost.
But, yeah, exactly. Over.
But, yeah.
So you want to say player 3 over 1.
Yeah.
And then do your thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Hey, I got to see what do they call it? The 8 card rule.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
My eyesight is horrible. Could you take a look at the chat and see if anyone is asking any questions or what they're saying?
Let's see. We have...
And while you're doing that, in casinos, you will normally find on the Baccarat table these little sheets where there are little boxes and it has the 8 card, the third card rule and everything. And these will help a lot if you're sitting at the table and you don't know the third card rule. You could just pop this out. It has everything on here and you could follow along that way.
Okay, Dane is saying, hey there, Heather. Snowing in Canada.
Ooh.
Snow is melting away here in Canada. Fred says, hello, everyone. Game on 21 says, hello, girls. Hello, Game on 21.
Good to see you.
There is David. Hi, all. Thought I would pop and say hello. And, we have love this table game commented by Game on 21. Love this table game. And she also says, or he, is this game like Punto Banco?
That's a very good question. Now, do you know Punto Banco?
Well, from watching your videos, you give a brief history of it, actually in her video on how to deal Mini-Bac. She goes into the whole history of Punto Banco. It's in Europe, right?
It's actually South America.
South America.
So there's different versions in different areas, and then Punto means player, Banco means banker. There's a few rule differences, but it's pretty much the same game. It's what this game that we play in America, we base it off of Punto Banco. So Punto Banco is the original version of the game.
Tube Wings also says bank 3 over 1.
Yeah, bank 3 over 1.
That was right, okay.
Right, so that's just saying, like, you're not saying winner loser, you're just saying banker 3 over 1, and then that shows they won 3 over 1.
Okay, so you always tell the winner but we're not going to say winner or loser.
Right, but don't say winner or loser.
Right, the one who got it.
Cool.
M. Millard, is this the one of the base games I should know next to blackjack and roulette?
Yes. Yes, so this is a core game. You want to know all core games. The carnival games, it's not that big of a deal if you know them or not. But
it does help.
It helps, yeah, but it's not like one of the core games. So the core games would be blackjack, baccarat, pai gow poker,
and roulette,
and craps.
And just a little tip, if anybody is wanting to do this, it really does help to know when you go on an audition. They say the number one question is, what games do you know? So it would really help to say blackjack, roulette, and Bach, or blackjack, roulette, and I don't know, pai gow. You just don't want to go, I know blackjack.
Right. But don't put games on there you don't know either, because they will audition you on those games.
Yes. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
Yes. So anything you claim you know, you must know.
Yeah.
That's a huge tip.
Definitely. So I think we're pretty good on the chat. Do you want to do another round?
Yes, let's try another round.
Now, I want to give you a little more information because I was going to overload you before, and I tend to do that sometimes, so I try to stop myself. We talked about player and how the player goes first, and they always hit on 0 through 5, stay on 6 and 7, and 8 and 9 are natural winners. Now, with banker, if they have a 0 through 2, they're always going to hit. If they have
no matter what.
No matter what. So 0 through 2, they always hit no matter what. If they have a 3, they're always going to hit unless the player's third card is an 8.
And that's what just happened.
That's what just happened. Okay. Exactly.
And that's the 3-card rule.
No, this whole thing is the 3-card rule.
Okay.
Like the whole thing is included in the 3-card rule.
Okay.
So next up is 4. So if the banker has a 4, they'll hit if the player's third card is a 2 through 7. If they have a 5, it's 4 through 7, and if they have a 6, it's 6 through 7. If they have a 7, they stand, and if they have an 8, 9, they have a natural hand, which is a natural automatic winner. Okay, so any questions?
I think that doing it, because I'm a visual learner, people, and when I do things, it's easier for me to learn.
Let's do that
way. That's the only thing. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do this and do this and this. Okay, so now I'm going to do like this.
Very nice.
Okay,
very,
and
very
then
nice.
like this.
Good.
Okay. So, player has a 6 and banker 3. I am not going to take a card here because it's a 6.
Correct.
The banker has a 3.
Now,
so I'm going to take a card here.
This is actually one of those exceptions. Yes, you are going to take a card here, but do you know why you're taking a card?
Because it's a 0 through 3.
Almost. You're almost there. Okay, so I didn't talk about this earlier because I'm trying really hard not to overload brains.
That's okay because I know that this is a 6. I'm not going to take a card. Well, the player is not going to take a card because I have a 6.
So if the player has a 6 or a 7, they stay, which means they don't have the third card. So what do you do on banker if you stay and you don't have that third card to determine what's going to happen with banker, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So the rules change just a little bit. If the player has a 6 or a 7 and they stay, the banker will always hit on a 0 through 5. They'll stay on a 6 and a 7, and 8 and 9 are natural.
Okay. So we're going to take a card here.
Right.
Okay. Now, I have a 0. I mean 9. No. 0.
Don't have a 0.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Isn't that 9?
It's 9.
Okay, so banker 9 over player.
Over 6.
Yeah. I'd say banker 9
over
player 6.
Not player 6.
Over 6.
Just over 6.
So you don't have to say what it is. You just say the first thing, banker.
You say the winner.
Yeah.
So since banker 1, you say banker.
Banker 3 over 6.
Right.
Okay. That's a good way. So I had a 4 and a 2. Did not take a card because 0 through 5 only am I going to take a card.
Correct.
Banker had a 3, and that would make it necessary for me to take, for the banker to take another card.
Correct.
Which made it a 9, not a natural 9.
Not a natural 9.
That's not a 9. Natural 9 is the first 2 cards.
Exactly. Natural 9 is the first 2 cards. Okay. Exactly.
All right, want to do one more? Okay, let's see who's
thank you.
M. Millard.
Thank you. I'm Pikachu. Look at me, I'm Pikachu. On the screen, I'm Pikachu. So CP. Oh, okay.
What does that
mean? So when I get a super chat, Pikachu like jumps up on the screen and says, "You got a super chat of," and Pikachu is right over my face. So I started dancing, so I could be dancing Pikachu.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what Pikachu is.
Oh, it's a Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that means somebody is doing a
super
peek
chat.
At you, so it's a peek at you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the super chat. Much appreciated.
So who would be... David Schroeder just donated $20.
Yay!
And yes, thank you, David. And Tube Wings says... Tube Wings says bank 3 over 1.
Now,
bank 3 over 1.
Now, before we go into Two Brains, just so you know, we have several super chats that they could choose from. $20 is dance. So both me and you, if you don't mind, are going to do some dancing.
Let's do it, baby.
Awesome.
We've got to get the music going.
We need better music.
Yes, definitely.
What kind of music do you want?
Today's hip-hop. Whatever.
Okay, hip-hop it is.
How about, like, what's her face?
There's so many of them.
All the stuff that they play. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I think I have just the thing. It's just a matter of me finding it.
What is that? That's good.
Right?
All right, Super Chat gets a dance.
Yes. Thank you so much.
This is my thing.
This is a good song to dance to.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever go to
Look
the
at Let's
pools?
Play Bach.
Do you ever go to the pools where they do the dance clubs and everything?
No.
Oh, they're so much fun.
Where
you should
is
do
that
that. Palms, Rio, Caesar's Palace, MGM.
Is there a fee to get in? So for anybody not living in Las Vegas and you want to just come here, and she's talking about dancing at the pools.
Yes.
How much is that to get in? Is there a cover fee?
It depends. Oh yeah, always a cover fee.
I had no idea. I could be dancing my life away at these pools.
It is so fun.
But also I am a blackjack dealer in a casino here in Las Vegas. And one thing that I can tell everybody, it's really pays off to like people and have a great time. I dance and deal all day long.
Show them example of you dancing while you're dealing.
I do this kind of stuff, and I just dance. I ask them where they're staying. I mean, sometimes people don't want to talk, but then you just know. If you're a people person, you know. But I dance, I deal the cards to all of them. And then you personal. You want to know, you want to see. You just want to be able to relate to people. And if you don't like people, this isn't really a good job for you.
This isn't a good job for you.
It's not a good job for you at all.
Yep.
And I mean, there are a lot of people that I've been doing this for 3 years. I just want to let everybody know. I've been doing this for about 3 years. I'm really expanding to learn other games. I know it's been a little slow. But one thing is that I have run into people that don't like people. And it shows. So the less you don't like people, you're not going to make as many tokes.
Yep.
So that's one thing I can just give a little bit of advice to, seriously. And if there's anything else, if you guys want to, go ahead and send a message with any kind of questions. Heather has been my savior, like I said at the beginning. She helped me out a lot when I first got here and became a dealer, and it really made a world of difference. So if anybody has any questions about that, just like people, and you have to have a little bit of math going on too. You got to be able to calculate quickly.
Yeah.
Know your payouts, 3 to 2. I happen to know 6 to 5 because you helped me out. There's a lot of different concepts, and I know it can come easier or harder for other people. With me, it's a visual thing. I had to do it. Just like Baccarat tonight, it's Mini-Bac, and so it's good to know that.
Speaking of which, should we get back to that?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's do a couple more hands.
Oh, M. Millard says, no robot dealers, please. And no robot dealers. Okay. Yeah, exactly. If they would, they could. Or they could, they would.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But there's never anything that's going to replace the real dealer. All right, here we go. Underneath.
Right,
yep.
Underneath, exactly.
And this, and then I take this, and I'm going to do player first.
And when you do it, start off right next to the line and then go out.
Okay, I was going to wonder. Okay, so let me try that again. I do this.
Mm-hmm. And that
and
looks
out.
good.
Okay,
That looks so
and then
pretty.
this, and that way. Got it.
That looks beautiful.
Okay, so 0 to player has 2 5s. Player shows 0.
Mm-hmm.
And I will definitely take a card because 0 through 6 or 5 I'm going to take a card, right?
But you would say banker has 1.
Banker has always.
So player shows nothing. Banker has 1. Player hits or player gets a card.
Player takes a card.
Right.
Okay, and now player has a 6 and banker has a 1.
Right.
So the banker will take another card.
Correct.
Okay, let's do that. And now 7 over 6 banker.
Yep. So banker 7 over 6.
Banker 7 over 6.
Exactly.
I hope that they can see that.
Yes.
Okay.
So just so you guys know, I put up a new camera. So totally new equipment today. Hope you guys like it. Hope it's looks better.
Can you all see us?
They should be able to see the table a lot better now. I focused in on it. It's, you know, a new, like, high definition camera. Hopefully you guys could see it and it looks a lot better than it used to.
Rocky says, never thought I'd see Heather shake it to Skrillex.
I like Skrillex.
Nice one, David.
Wait. Yeah, I don't think you can see that. I'm wearing too dark of a clothing.
Tubing says, I see the table, but not the chat.
Oh, you guys don't see the chat?
Rocky says table looks good.
Chat should be working. I don't know why it's working. Maybe it will pop up later. Troubleshooting. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've redone the whole thing.
Oh, Tubings had said that earlier. Chat not on video.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
I will look into it and I hope it works next time.
Rocky also said dance party.
Yes.
And he said never thought. Okay. M. Millard. Heather, what is your favorite game to deal?
Pie Gal Poker.
Well, I don't know that one yet.
What's your favorite game?
I know a little bit of roulette. I actually had some training on that, and I haven't been able to follow through with all the games.
No problem.
So I love roulette. I think it's a really fun game. Again, I'm a real visual person. I have to do it to really get it. So and right now, unfortunately, I'm not there yet. But
that's okay. You will be.
I've been practicing, though. I practice that one at home. Cool. Spinning the ball is really a trick.
You know, maybe we could do another shadowing sometime in the future. I could get the gaming lab. Yeah, because we could go to UNLV. I'll get the gaming lab, and then you can have the whole roulette table that you could practice on.
Yes, because you have to know the payouts. Like I know it's 35 to 1, 17, 8, 9. I know all.
Let's schedule that before you go.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Definitely. Stay tuned. Roulette. Yes. Okay. Now, what else does he say? Table looks good. Rocky.
Oh, good. Yes.
David, my favorite game is Go Fish. Go Fish. And, he also says I'm partial to pinball. I love pinball, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Game on 21 says, in Punto Banco, the player who bet on Punto, for example, becomes the cards face down in his or her hand.
And
looking for, and
is more excited. Let's see. Is more exciting. Why not in Baccarat?
Sorry for the bad English.
Hand to look. So card face down. In Punto Banco, the player who bet the Punto, for example, becomes the cards face down in his or. Oh, you're talking about Mini-Baccarat. Oh, okay. I think I got you.
MIDI.
So there are 3 different versions of Baccarat. Mini-Baccarat is the version that the dealer is the one that handles the cards.
Okay.
Mini-Baccarat, the players handle the cards.
Oh, I didn't know
that. So
that.
the cards are only handled once.
Okay.
And once the cards are done, they are put in the trash and they are not used again. So the players, they could like bend the cards, they could tear them, they could crumple them up, they could do whatever they want because the cards are only used once and then they're thrown away after that.
Really?
Yeah.
So MIDI
with a D.
MIDI,
right?
Mini-Baccarat.
And then Mini-Baccarat is where the dealer's the one that handles the cards.
Which, if anybody's watching in Las Vegas, Mini-Baccarat is prevalent on
the casino floor, yeah. And then usually when you go in the high limit, that's Midi-Baccarat or Big Baccarat, depending on the casino.
Okay. The one I work at, we have 2, and it's just Mini.
Yeah.
But a lot of people play it, so
it's a good game to start learning on. It's good to learn Mini-Baccarat first and then learn Midi-Baccarat and Big Baccarat because it makes it a lot easier to learn.
Yeah, and I know some of them have. You guys talked a lot about side bets. Like some of them, you said 17. It's like, whoa.
There's a lot of side bets out there.
There are, and David Schroeder says I do enjoy blackjack the most. I haven't really did much gambling.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where you live, David, but I'm sure there's a casino around you somewhere.
There's a lot of casinos popping up.
Yes, a lot of tribal casinos. I'm from California, and we have a lot of Indian
casinos.
Yes. Okay, we're going to do another hand here. Here we go. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Boom. All right, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. So player 0 over 5.
So you would say player shows
Player.
nothing.
Oh,
banker
player.
has 5.
Player shows nothing. Banker has 5. Player will take a card.
Right.
Okay. Now that's still a 0. So I have a jack, king, and a king, which is 0.
Correct.
And the banker has a 5.
Right.
Now since I pulled I basically have 0.
Mm-hmm.
I drew, well, it would be a 0, not a 10. Right.
Right, it's a 0 because you always do the single value and not the tens value.
Since this was a 0 through 3, and banker has a 4 and an ace. Okay, so that's 5. So the banker will take a card.
No.
Oh.
So the banker takes a card.
This is what I mean, like doing it.
It's okay.
So 5.
So 5, remember, is 4 through 7. So if the player's third card is a 4 through 7, then the banker will take a third card. But because this wasn't a 4 through 7,
it's a 0. That's a 0.
So remember, 4 is 2 through 7, 5 is 4 through 7, and 6 is 6 and 7.
Okay, so banker 4 over player 0.
Almost. Banker 5.
I'm sorry.
Banker 5 over 0.
Banker 5 over 0.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having just a little bit
It's all good.
So it wouldn't matter even if I had like a 3 here, 0, and
Right, because the third card.
Third card.
Exactly.
The whole point is that whatever that third card that you're taking
determines what the banker does.
And that's a good tip to know. Let's do one more, and then we'll go to the chat thing, right?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. Sorry, Heather.
It's all good.
Okay, here we go. Boom. And okay. Banker shows natural 9.
Almost.
Okay.
Okay. So player shows 3.
Oh, player shows 3.
Banker has natural 9.
Banker has natural 9.
Banker natural 9 over 3.
Banker natural 9 over 3.
Right. And one tip too is when you have the cards like this, you usually do player shows 3, banker has natural 9, banker natural 9 over 3.
Okay, so it all flows together.
Right, exactly. So the player will always go first, and that'll make it easier when you say it.
So, okay. So what he said here, no robot dealers, I agree. It's just when you're trying to learn it, it does appear like I'm a robot, but I'm really not. I'm going to try not to be. All right, guys?
I don't know. Data's pretty cool.
Here we go. Okay, so can I say it as I'm doing it?
Yes,
player,
and that's
player
a good thing.
2, banker shows 1.
Player shows 2.
Player
banker
shows
has
2.
Nothing.
Banker has 0. Player will take a card.
Both actually take a card.
Because that's a 0.
Right.
Okay, so now in my head I'm saying 6.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 0. I have two face cards, which is a 0, and that automatically, even if I didn't have to take a card here, I'm still going to take a card.
Right. Because player, if it's 0 through 5, you're always going to hit. And if banker is 0 through 2, you're always going to hit. So that's why both take a card, because it doesn't matter what happens, because they're going to take a card no matter what.
So player 4 over 3.
Almost. Player 6 over 3.
6 over 3. Where am I?
It's all
Guys,
good.
like I'm having like a... Okay, it's all good.
It's the live stream. It's being on the live stream. It's like stage fright, I swear.
And I'm not even nervous. Imagine that. Let's do one more. Come on. Okay, I promise. All right, let's do this again. All right, player shows 7, and banker shows 9. Banker, natural 9 over player.
Almost.
Do I say 7?
Almost. You didn't get the dialogue correct, but everything else was perfect.
But that's a natural 9, and nothing need be done.
So it would be player shows 7 and stands.
As I was doing it.
Banker has natural 9, or banker shows 7 and stands. Now I can't do it. Player shows 7 and stands. Banker has natural 9. Banker natural 9 over 7.
Over 7.
Ah, my brain just did it.
Okay. So nice to have talkative dealers. M. Millard says.
Yes.
You guys want to know anything? We were just full of talk.
Yep. And dealers have the best stories. Ask them for their stories. You'll get some great ones.
David says it was the dancing that threw them off. Not really, David. Not at all. I dance all day. I can dance to my own music. Rocky says, I think this is the second or third for me seeing the game explained. It actually started to sink in a little.
Oh, cool. Yes. Awesome.
Because you know why, Rocky? Is because you have to do it.
It's better to see it.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell me all day long, and I can look at the individual rules with, you know, the player has to hit from if a player shows 0 through 5, has to hit, and then everything has to do with the banker. I have to keep doing it to understand. Oh, like, you know, a light bulb goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
and some people, they can learn by hearing, and some people learn by seeing, and some people learn by doing.
And I've always been a kinesthetic learner, where I have to visually touch, feel, see, and do. That's just, I mean, I could be in a classroom seriously for like 5 years doing this, but I'm not going to really get it until I start doing it on my own. I'll like get it, because we can all sit in a classroom. There are some fortunate ones that can sit in a classroom and go right out and do it.
Yeah.
And I really respect those type of people, because they can, you know, but I think hands-on experience is the best.
Definitely.
Don't you?
Speaking of which, should we do a couple
I'm a
more?
cat. Oh, Dane Benninger. I'm a cat. I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, dance, dance.
I want to see a picture of that.
Can you send a picture, Dane? M. Chad Simino says, hi, Laura. How long have you been dealing? I've been dealing for 3 years.
Has it really been that long?
Yes, I moved to Las Vegas in December of 2016, and I started going to dealing school, but I happened to not discover Heather for at least until like May of 2017. I really did not. I was just wanted to be a dealer. I really did, but it's hard, guys. But you got to do your work. You've just got to do it. If you really want to do it, you'll do it. I am total proof positive. And so been dealing for 3 years, and I don't know where you live, David, but I'm from California, from Los Angeles, and been playing blackjack literally for like 25 years. I love blackjack, so it actually helped me. There's a lot of people that will tell you that they have never played the game that they deal. And for me, this is another thing. It was a suggestion that I'm getting back to Baccarat now. I had asked one of my managers if they thought it was advantageous to just go to some random casino and play $5, you know, Baccarat or $10 Baccarat, just a few hands, to understand. Because I've been playing blackjack so long, I know the game. I just didn't know all the because when you're back here, and even if you know blackjack, like the back of your hand, it's so different behind the table. Very, very different. So that's why I'm saying, if you are, do you personally believe?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So if you are going to learn a game, I highly recommend going and playing on it, because you are going to learn the game faster when your money's at stake versus when it's not at stake. If your money's like up there and you're going to lose it, you're going to learn that game real fast. Exactly.
So I just thought one day I would, you know, and I still haven't done it. Believe me, when you live and work here, things aren't as easy. Things aren't as easy to do. Like, I want to go to every concert.
Yeah.
I want to go see everybody, because like everybody's here, and I love music, so it's really hard because I can't go to every show. So I've been a dealer 3 years now. David Schroeder said, "Heads on always work best with me."
Yeah.
Okay, and then he says hands. He meant hands.
I like what Mr. Chad says. Do you see that at the bottom?
Great Dane, now that's in my head. Could be worse. Okay.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Chad. I appreciate that.
Everyone's life improves when they meet. Heather, this is true.
I appreciate that.
Just so you all know. Yes. So I went to a dealing school, and I was doing blackjack. And I just paid a fee, but I went every single day, and I had a little tiny side job that I was doing just to make ends meet. And I started to discover Heather when the dealing school they weren't telling me that I was okay. They'd find a little crack in the way I'm pitching the cards,
and you were good. I mean, you were ready.
So I called Heather to the rescue, and for her to give an opinion from the outside, and she came to my house and I
actually brought this.
She had everything, folks. She had everything, and I said, I just want to know if I'm doing things appropriately. I've been going to a school for 5 months now, 8 hours a day. And there were a few little snags that I needed to learn. Insurance, which if you've been playing blackjack, you understand it. But when you're a dealer, you got to know it in and out.
Yeah, but you were a fast learner. I mean, you did really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But the point is that I should have been out of that school for at least 2 months. But Heather clarified everything for me. She not only did that, she also gave me a packet of information of where to look, how to do it. And guess what? I got my first job like 4 days after she came to my house. And I owe everything to her. I just want you guys to know that. Really. So, you guys, if anybody wants to come to Vegas and be a dealer, she gives great tips. She's a wonderful.
Thank you.
And she's always honest about what you can do better. So, this isn't a hype of Heather. I'm very honest, but she's great.
Thank you.
So, okay. Now, hope Laura gets invited to the next dealer stories. Okay.
Yes.
And who said that? That was
Mr. Chad.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chad. I don't know if I have a lot of stories, but I could give a lot of insight on examples.
Maybe we should have you back for like an interview.
Yeah.
There
yes.
you go.
And because I guys, I just told my friends, family, everybody in California, I'm going to Vegas to be a dealer. And they were like, you are crazy. You're crazy.
But it's the best job ever.
It is so fun.
Yeah.
It is so fun. I am so happy I did it. And not only that, I conquered what I said I was going to do.
That's even better.
It's not a cakewalk, people.
No, but I bet that's just such a good feeling, having accomplished that.
Oh, it feels so good because it's proof positive. Like I said, if you set your mind to it, you'll do it. And I did it. And I'm so excited. Oh, David Schroeder. David says, I agree, Mr. Chad. Heather is a great person. And then David also says, when you need help, if you can find her, you can call Heather. A-Team Music plays, LMAO. Then he says, woo, that is story time, David Schroeder. All right, guys. Remember, Vegas Aces. David, yeah. Oh, David Campfield donated $5. Like what you do here.
Thank
David
you.
Campfield. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Campfield, yes.
When they donate $5, they get a story. Do you have any stories you want to share?
I didn't know all of this stuff, like little increments, amounts. Yes, when I went for my first interview, or my first audition, because you fill out the application online. This is exactly what she told me to do. And then I auditioned, and of course, during the audition, I had a little bit of issues with the shoe, and the manager who was auditioning me says, does that always happen to you? And I said, no, not really. So at the end of the audition, I got tapped out after a couple of hands, and he said, all right, we'll give you a call. And I looked him straight in the eye, and I said, will you really? And guess what? They called me 4 hours later.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. And so that was one little thing, because if you just go on an audition and you just say, okay, thanks. Like, I don't know if I said, okay, thank you, and walked away, I don't know if I'd have that job today. And if you have, you have to be a little bit, not aggressive, but
no,
you
but
just
have a personality.
Yeah, and let them know you really want the job.
Yes. And so here's another story. This was a dealer that I knew. He said that he got a job at one of the prestigious casinos because he annoyed the crap out of the shift manager. Like, he went there every single day. Hey, can I get an audition? No. Hey, can I get an audition? No. Hey, so they finally gave him an audition just to shut him up. And he passed the audition, and they gave him a job. And
one thing I can say about that, there are a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
But before you go to any audition, and it's just like Heather told me, always fill out their online application before you go.
Yep.
Now, I have known people along the last 3 years that they don't have, but the first thing, if they like you, and the first thing that the manager will say, did you fill your application out?
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you can go, yes.
Yes.
I have. And your work is done. And then they'll let, you know what I mean? You don't have to go home and spend all the time doing it.
Wear your black and whites, and they'll put you on a table and audition you right there.
As soon as you walk in, good times to go, this is another good tip, are around 2 in the afternoon or 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Right there.
I mean, I went for one audition at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I did a couple at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Yeah.
You're tired.
Yeah,
at
right?
10 o'clock at night, and then you got to be on.
But if they're going to put you on swing shift, your shift is starting at 8 o'clock at night. So,
exactly. Yep, you're right. But just always be ready. Go in with black and whites, black pants, white button-down shirt.
Yep.
Collared shirt. Not
No
just
pockets.
no pockets. Not just some random white shirt. Button, collared.
Yes.
Okay.
Long sleeve.
Long sleeve.
Yeah.
Don't have anything funky showing.
Nope.
Just, it's very true. So I would have known that stuff.
So we have about 10 minutes left before the live stream is over. Should we get a couple more hands in before we end it?
I wish that at the end of every Heather's live streams, she'd play funky chimes. Funky chimes. I'm going to take one here
I
while
thought
we're
of
doing
Funky
this.
Cold Medina. You remember that 90s song? Funky Cold Medina.
Of course I do. This was my time. This was my time. Did I do that right? I think I did.
Yeah.
The Funky
Cold
Cold
Medina.
Yes. I love that. Player shows 6, banker 9, banker natural 9 over 6. Okay, we're going to do another one, guys. Just a couple while we're talking here. I wish that at the end of... okay, we already got that. David Schroeder. Woo, that is story time. And he also said, please, if y'all can send Heather a super chat, show your support of this great cast.
Thank you.
Rocky says Tone Loc.
Tone Loc, yes.
Oh, my God.
Definitely.
I love Tone Loc. For people that don't know, okay, well, I take that.
I should take you with me to the 90s, flashback 90s.
See, I don't know about all this stuff, guys, because although I've lived here for 3.5 years now, I don't get out much because I've been focusing so much on learning my games and just focusing on work. So I'm a big 80s, 90s person, and I've been dancing since I was 4 years old. So I love all this information.
You would love that.
Where is that?
I'll show you after.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so player shows 0.
Or nothing.
Okay, player nothing, banker 5. Player will take a card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that's still a 0 because I have a 7, a 3, and a king, so that's 0. Now banker shows a 5. So it would be 5 over 0, or banker will take a card. This is where I'm a little bit...
Now, do you remember with a 5, what cards have to be drawn in order for the banker to draw a card?
Okay, don't tell me. The player has to draw a 0 through 6? No.
Almost. Try again.
6, 7, 8. No.
Not yet.
See, that's why I'm getting a little...
So if the banker has a 4, they draw on 2 through 7. If they have a 5, it's 4 through 7.
If you mean this, if this is a 2 through 7.
That would be a 2 through 7, yeah.
Okay, so
if they have a
that's
5,
where I get
it's
confused.
4 through 7, and if it's a 6, it's 6 and 7. Those are the 3 hardest ones to learn for the banker. That's the 3 hardest ones to learn. That's why I do them all 3 at the same time.
So this was a 0, and the banker has a 5.
So if it's a 5, they draw on a 4 through 7.
4 through 7.
This isn't a 4 through 7.
So I've got a 0. It's
Right.
not a 4 through a 7. So
Right.
it's going to be banker 5 over player 0.
Over nothing. Yeah.
Okay, nothing.
Yeah. You could
Okay.
say 0. You could say nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what. See, every casino also has their own thing about what they
Right.
want you to do.
Exactly. Or what
And-
they want you to say. You could learn all this tonight and then go to your casino and they'd be like, well, nope, we want you to say something different.
Exactly, but as long as you know the basic rules, look at these cards.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then you just change accordingly.
so, player, I have 2 face cards. That's 0, but banker has a natural 9.
So you say player shows nothing.
Player shows nothing.
Banker has nothing.
Oh, banker has not. That's right. I
Right.
got this.
And then both
Again.
draw a card.
Okay, player's going to draw this card. Nothing. Were these shuffled? Okay.
Yeah.
And so since this is nothing, I'm going to take a card.
Right.
Okay. Tie.
Tie.
0. No, nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Yep.
Is that how you say it?
Yep. Tie.
So if they
nothing.
both have zeros, nothing, you would say tie. Do you do that thing, or do you
Yeah. You do tie.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
tie, nothing, nothing.
Correct.
And that means that everybody here would lose unless they played the tie.
Everybody would push, and then the ties would win.
Okay.
None of this would lose. They would all push, and the ties win.
Okay.
And that's why Mini
So they
Baccarat is
push.
better than roulette. Because roulette, if you have red or black and a 0 hits, a green hits, you lose.
Right.
But on Mini Baccarat, if a tie hits, you don't lose. That's why Mini Baccarat is better than roulette.
You know what? I can see that. I totally get that. Player has a 6 over a 0.
So player
1.
has 6, banker shows 1.
Shows 1. Player will take a card.
Player stands.
Oh, that's right, because it's not a 2. You guys, this is...
It's okay. It's all
It's
good.
just really, you have to do it.
Over and over and over and over again.
Yes.
And yeah, that's just totally normal, and
So
that's all part of it.
This is a 6. Player has a 6,
Mm-hmm.
and banker has 1. That'd be a great blackjack hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so banker is not going to take a hit.
So player stands, and when player stands on a 6 and a 7,
and a 7,
the banker will always draw 0 through 5.
and this is a 1.
Right,
So we're going to take 1 card,
right,
and now that is a 1.
right.
So player 6 over 1.
Correct.
Ah!
And we got another super chat. Thank you very
Oh my
much,
gosh.
Fred, for
Yeah.
the super chat.
Now what do we do for that?
This is
What do we have to do?
a Pip treat. Pip, come here, Pip. So
Aw.
for every dollar that they do, they get it. They give a treat to Pip.
Oh.
Yeah. So he had $2, so she gets 2 treats.
Oh, Pip, you're a lucky little dog tonight.
Yes, that's why whenever I do the live stream, she gets really excited and she'll stand under our feet just begging for food because she knows she gets treats during the live stream.
Okay, Rocky, I just want to let you know, that Tone Loc song was 89, just before the 90s.
It was 89, seriously?
Which song? Nothing Like a Little Tone Loc.
Thank you, David. Or was it David? No, thank you, Fred. Appreciate it, Fred.
No, he said, that was Rocky, that Tone Loc song.
No, Fred for the $2.
Oh, Fred, thank you so much for the $2. We really appreciate it. David Campbell, Heather had a really good instructional video on this game. That's how I learned to deal it a while ago.
Thank you.
Good for you. Now, did you look at the one that was her mini Bach one with the Punta Banco history?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've watched that. Where you give the
Actually,
examples.
YouTube took that down. If you guys go on
Why?
YouTube, you can't find that video because they took it down because they labeled it as dangerous content. I know, that was probably my most boring, my most not funny video out of all
Wait
of
a
my
minute.
videos.
Is that the one where you show what is this? And
Yeah.
you do the bell? I thought
Yeah.
I just saw that.
That was, yeah. And it was taken down in November. So November, YouTube took it down. I got a strike, a channel strike on my channel, and they
That's
labeled.
terrible.
I know, they labeled it as dangerous and.
Why? What was dangerous content? That's really weird.
Because
folks.
it's gambling. I'm like, have you seen my channel? Like, have you seen the 300 videos on my whole channel?
Well, this is the problem with YouTube is
Yeah.
that they have algorithms
Yeah.
that decide, and it's not real humans
Right.
that are doing it. Look at. Okay, wait a minute.
Come
Okay.
here, Pip.
Now, whatchamacallit says we can't. M. Millard says, did he sing Wild Thing also? No.
Wild thing. Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun,
way before
dun, dun.
Tone Loc.
You make my heart sing.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wild Thing. Okay, no. That was not Tone Loc. That was, I don't know how old you are, honey. Okay, David Campbell. I wondered why that video disappeared. Ha ha. Chad Simone says, I found the old paint spilling video. That one was funny. What's that one?
Cool.
The old paint. Okay, Heather is Heather is dangerous content by Rocky.
So on my personal channel, I have two channels. I have this channel and I have my personal channel, which is mainly Star Trek stuff.
Oh.
But I also have some artwork stuff. So they had, she wants to give you a kiss. Sorry.
It's okay. You smell Lucy.
So what he's talking about is one of the videos that are on my personal channel is of me painting, and I spilled the paint, and I freaking started cursing up a storm because I got green paint all over my carpet.
And they didn't take that one down.
They didn't take that one down.
That's real. Okay, so Chad says, no, Tone Loc had one called Wild Thing. Okay, well, Tone Loc, I've never seen that. Well, maybe I have, and I didn't remember. He did have a Wild Thing, but not the classic one. That's what Rocky said.
Okay.
Sin City Nerds says, hey. Sin City Nerds.
Hi.
Hi, you guys. Okay.
Now, we are at 7:30, which is the time we're going to end tonight. We've been going for an hour. We had to start a little early because we had to end a little early. Before we leave, do you have any questions, or do you want to go over anything really fast that you didn't understand?
Just one more thing. So if the player has a 0 through 5, they will automatically take a card, no matter what.
Correct.
Not at this point what the banker has.
Right. It doesn't matter what the banker has, unless it's a natural 8 or 9.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if the player has 0 through 5, they're going to take a card no matter what.
Right.
Now, depending on what that card is, so say like they have a 5 and they have a 5. So I'm going to take one card, and I pull a 2. Is it 2? If I pull a 2 out here, banker has a 5. I'm just pulling these numbers out of my butt. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I just feel now we're having a normal conversation. Okay, so it would be, I don't know, 7 over. And what were these two cards I said? A 4 and a 2 or something?
So banker had a 5.
Right.
And then the player hit. So if the banker has a 5, if that third card is a 4 through 7.
4 through 7.
Then they're going to hit. Now, I think that's a good point. Let's go through this really fast. I want you to say this really fast. And then also, too, when you're at home and you're practicing, do exactly this and use this sheet to double check and make sure you're doing everything correctly.
The sheet are the rules for the specific casino that I work at.
And you can find the rules on the website under resources, the Mini-Baccarat third card rule.
Heather's Vegas Aces site.
On vegas-aces.com, and that will help you out a lot. So let's go over this real fast. So the player always goes first. Now, I want you to tell me what happens with all of the numbers on player.
If the player has here a 0 through 5, the player will take another card.
Correct. And then
if the card is a...
Not yet.
Okay.
So if they have a 0 through 5, they're going to take another card.
0 through 5, they're going to take another card.
Now, what are they going to do with a 6, 7, 8, and 9? Because we talked about 0 through 5. Now, what about 6, 7, 8, and 9?
If the player has a 6, 7, 8, or 9, they're going to not take a card.
Okay, and then what's the difference between those two sets of cards?
The 8 and 9?
So the 6 and the 7.
The 6 and the 7.
They always stand. And the 8 and the 9 are natural hands, which are automatic winners.
Yeah, the 8 and the 9 I don't have a problem with. I can just zero that out real quick. It's more like deciphering when to take the hit. So if the player has a 0 through 5, I'm automatically going to take another card for the player.
Right.
Unless, of course, this is an 8 or a 9.
Right.
Okay. So
and then the 6 and the 7, 8, 9, you stand.
6 through 9, you stand on player.
Right. Now on banker. So if a banker has a 0 through
3, 0 through 3?
Nope.
0 through 2?
Yes.
0 through 2. Then the banker will take a card.
Correct. No, that's just it. That's correct. You're absolutely correct.
Okay. All right.
And then if they have a 3.
If they have a 3, then they're only going to take a card if the third card is a... Right? I'm on the right.
You're kind of on the right path. So if the banker has a 3, they're always going to take a third card, unless the player's third card is an 8.
Oh.
And that was the one
we did.
That's huge. Yeah, that was the one we did earlier.
The first one. That was the very first one.
Yep.
So if the player's third card is an 8 and the banker has a 0 through 2.
A 3.
3.
We're talking about 3.
0 through 3.
Just a 3.
Okay, just 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Then banker will take a card.
If the banker has a 3 and the player has an 8, if their third card's an 8, the banker's going to stay on that 3.
Okay, stay.
If that third card is anything but an 8, then they're going to draw a third card.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Now, what do you do if the banker has a 4?
A 4.
What does the third card have to be in order for the banker to draw?
I don't know. 6, 7, 8?
It's okay. Now remember, this was the part I was telling you that's the hardest to memorize.
Yes.
So a 4 is 2 through 7. A 5 is 4 through 7. And a 6 is 6 and 7. Now a good way to remember that, 2, 4, 6. Okay?
Okay. So you mean banker has 2, 4, 6?
No. So when we're talking about a 4, a 5, or a 6, then you remember 2, 4, 6. So if the player or if the banker has a 4, then it needs to be 2 through 7. If it's a 5, it's 4 through 7, and if it's a 6, it's 6 through 7. So the 7 is always the same. The end is always the 7.
Okay.
Now the beginning, it's the one that changes, and that's 2, 4, 6. So if it's a 4, it's a 2 through 7. A 5 is a 6. A 5 is a 4 through 7, and a 6 is a 6 through 7. So when you're looking at this, you have a 4, 5, and a 6. So a 4 is 2 through 7. A 5 is 4 through 7, and a 6 is 6 through 7.
If they're showing that card, the total.
Right.
The total
so if the
card.
banker has a 4, then the third card on the player is a 2 through 7.
Okay, so this is a pretty good chart.
Yeah, that's a good chart. That's why you always want to use the chart when you're practicing at home.
Okay.
So a 5 is a 4 through 7, and a 6 is a 6 through 7.
Okay.
And that's the part that's like the hardest, and that's the part that you need to memorize.
Right. And you know what? I have like 5 decks of cards at home. I don't use them all, but having at least one deck of cards to practice this, just do it while you're watching TV or something.
Yeah, it helps.
It really helps. But if you're just learning blackjack, do the exercise with the 3 cards, and we'll talk about that another time.
Exactly. Now, I hope we have you on again. It was such a pleasure having you on, and it was so much fun.
I am so excited, and if I can offer you or your viewers anything else, I would be honored to be here.
You just being on would be just fantastic.
I would love to. I would
you.
love to. I so appreciate you having me. You guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you all learned something today.
Thank you. Yes, definitely. And join us again on the next episode. Remember, just a quick reminder, Vegas Aces is supported by viewers like you. Your donations do make it possible for us to do this. If you feel that this video was worth more than $0, please donate the amount you feel it was worth by clicking in the link below.
You never know when you're going to see a dance.
Yes. Yes. So join us again next time, and thank you guys so much. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Should I walk out?
Yep, come on.
Okay. Bye, guys. That was really fun.